Max TV so eni yemfa enchi akese ma ahwefo nyina ebusuafo uhu se ya betina hade ana chese ensema eja tese e Ghana eni wiase afa na nyina ena yede ebro ena me ne wo kase updates bi ababe kayensa efa eyede tension na ekoso between Israel and Ghana amasa brede Samuel Okuje to Ablakwa is on his A game gidigidi pa o hwemu se enya ade asebe Ghana betina se ama Israel afa yenumu debi ene de enye possible. Now in view of this ne say asem na kwakodru headquarters me ka headquarters na me kire the US of A me kire BBC ho na asem no akwakodru ese amanfo chem say eh na Ghana asem kakra ya ene Israel ya na akwakodru BBC. Now obebusa say what is a year BBC saying about this whole issue ensem bebre na BBC they are out concerning the Israel and Ghana tension ekoso sisia. We never ma Chris was studio hanum say Chris me ma akwaba in Famba studio sir.
Yeah, me do so.
Okay. Enti ya ntie say Assad now no BBC aba be react and I say wo mo report the ongoing rivalry ekoso between Ghana and Israel. Obetimi aboye mu dia ekoso.
Yes, there has been some sort of tension between Ghana and then Israel. We a diplomatic war, and it's between Ghana and then Israel.
Okay.
Now all this started say among for Bekaya when Ghana complained about the fact that Israel Mako Bombe a Palestine as a Palestinian for Israel for also be counter say Ghana should make sure say ombedi omufi asem.
Okay.
Yebeka is a report now update near the brain Yashefo.
Okay.
Emma no echi President John Dramani Mahama about 40 tons of Ghana made products. Any chocolate products near day and near be also at the command Palestinian force or the war because of Ntokwane a cost between Palestine and Israel. Now enche bia and I think that Sunday we are na Ghana phobic kopiemu Israel. And now omo call for a cyber security conference hono. Now omoko drew on say because say a year 4 of them were parliamentary delegates our Mokosa conference no and people felt say omo document na because they are buying our small money say it no meet me they go through but omo drew hono and say Israel for no detain you for 5 solid hours.
Okay.
So omo detain you omo we no and emu 9 there omo enkrata sabna nyema bibi kakra ejina also munya travel certificate from Ghana's embassy in Israel.
Okay.
And that one too delayed because one of them the Ghana's embassy in Israel had to be sure of the nationality.
Okay.
And you a china ba kwe say Gaboni or something. And nipa and son and omo chi omo and omo detain you omo men kan sa omo de emu and 9 there omo kwan omo but me ensa the next available flight PM Ghana say a transit to say they outside Deports or Momiensa back to Ghana. Now how they were treated for to detain someone for 5 solid hours. Now dear Ghana Foreign Affairs Ministry and the Ghana as a whole now any edge no Ghana also somebody deported me and I should be deported me and some.
Okay.
So that is the whole thing. But then send a few more about I'm sure say as we are going on here the update so
okay. So what is BBC saying? And no and that screens so and just said BBC was trying to highlight their air coso between Ghana and Israel. At this point, I know what you say Ghana so they deported Israel for Nibia. Mo eba program hante munche mu no na nua bema Chris edituja now say BBC are reported there that is telling us say the air cost no the international bodies are also observing.
Yes, the international bodies are also observing. So that is what we have on our screens from BBC. Ghana deports Israelis in retaliation for alleged mistreatment of Ghanaians.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start here. Or more and started with deportation no and a foreign affairs minister also they are two says he so deported 10 years be deported 10 deported 5 so I see deported 3 people were asking hey now Israel for me has happened or more Ghana you know it was just in retaliation to what Israel for you know now yes say every international bodies you know after some of these diplomatic wars no say yes say Me can say the international world almost share the coso because se me no ba be di dwuma na se actually you be deported me nationals are not just me no entimi nto kese ma na nye it has a whole lot of implications enti escalate ya could do some of the international bodies are talking about it no and no any idea make me say Israel for them enti in the update they enti na mo feel so mo and I say pe mo pe no anamo be no to afa ho Israel for to anamo afa ho and so I'm sure say there no so be ma ya
okay in terms of official screens no so we a BBC reported by or say Ghana has deported 3 Israeli nationals who arrived in the country on Wednesday in what appears to be a tit-for-tat move over the alleged mistreatment of Ghanaian nationals at Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel. International Ghana so deported Israel for me and some we mu krom hanum say eda wukuada no esan so muchirema na say we are tit for tat we are mi bi na me so my dey my obi esan say tie e ba ye ni nchiremu aye nua be ma ne ma no say Ghana for binum kodru Israel for omo airport omo amfa kwan pass so 7 Ghanaians including 4 members of an official delegation attending a cyber security conference in Tel Aviv were allegedly detained without explanation in Tiechema Ghana for bako in song ana womo ekwakodi emu enan no na womo kwakodi djuma ewo aban no edin mo efa cyber security ho no omudru honum no ye chi womo edi ehye baabi sebe womo amfa emu nchiremu bi anye den amba or said they were released after 5 hours while the 3 others were deported according to Ghana, which condemned their humiliating treatment. International said the na okujito black no. It was a treatment be na sebe emfa kwan so kra. Sebe na was say yenso ye kire Israel for say we too we dey so. But don't you think this is risky because looking at the country Israel any eba no akode ani ade Ghana hanum say ye wo mobo chan chapu de mekura. Into this thing that we are doing, are we toeing on the right path?
Say we are toeing on the right path. So put 7 year beginning, I was like, this is some kind of a diplomatic war.
Okay.
And course, but set a bit me escalated to physical, say be a Ghana Hana, Israel for Asuma Bakoda and Bazibia Castle baby now.
I didn't caswitchy. When your program was a caswitchy.
Okay, Mamma Shabia. I didn't ban anymore. Ebia, and your castle, maybe I bet me out
Suho baby.
No, assignment a home so baby. So a way a diplomatic war.
Okay.
And then America said the Israel for Nangas and they don't want this thing to go out that much. They don't want Ghana to report it to some of the recognized international bodies some of these things has to get to them now. Ghana is staying on the right path. Foreign Affairs Minister first started Bonabaso for that bold decision will take here. Also, Israel for also about the casa actually said they feel say it wasn't the right thing to do because making I say more travel here parliament they want the diplomatic passports never call. Do you understand? But they were talking about the fact that more documents Emma it took a lot of diplomatic intervention.
Okay.
And no creating on 5 hours. Still they deported some back to Ghana. And Santawan they was an American started yache from Palestine, Israel. Ghana didn't know Kotumu. Yes, Ghana Sako donating Palestine for Nese. Utieti Ghana nya kudi ebi kra de kobo Palestine na wan he beko. What I say? No amasem na eba ya na ye kan say idea. The new updates as we can see on our screens now make us say Israel for our bekasa no. What idea no my and now we have on our screens. I say Ghana Israel role. The Israeli authorities, through charge the affair, have now apologized for the action they carried out and they have called for de-escalation because we made it clear that if they deport 10 Ghanaians, we'll deport 10. If they deport 20, we'll deport 20. 50, we'll deport 50. someone okujeto ablakwa enti and yes we right up keke going on with the update and the voice nangasa about time and not all kasa say we any bold decision people are applauding a year the foreign affairs minister for this bold decision because to say Israel for no matter the patch and the most important thing that we have here is the de-escalation omo apagana for acho say a more escalate asem no emanin ko some of these international bodies ho what I say because e be cost you a lot say the big kan say diplomatic group e be ba umman na wa yo mu say ya na say I mean what I say and a lot of people will start withdrawing from visiting Israel. So we have another update. I think
yes, and as we can see on the screen, no, not Yeni Abema Chris was explaining, and not all Tremu say there are certain factors amount for a believe say it is the reason I'm Israel for no a treaty Ghanaian say copy mu assassin the way they did. Now, Yen Kaima say President John Mahama donated 40 tons of Ghana-made chocolate and cocoa products to Palestinians, reaffirming the country's long-standing support for the Palestinian cause and for a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestinian conflict. Inti Ejema, Israel ne Palestine fonto kwa ekosono. Ena John Dramani Mahama ede eye Ghana chocolate ayaye wahano be 40 tons ede koma omo. Ena odi cocoa product ahodo ne betimi aye miloni over 10 de kekeka ho. Ede koma omo nanka wode airtime omachi onwe because na ebre mu ode umbenya mwa. Ena eche se Yonkofa bi eda Ghana ene eye Palestine kronu entem. Now, the person says analysts suggest that these actions might have contributed to the current strained relations, especially if Israel perceives Ghana's stance as biased or unfavorable. In Tisajine say John Dramani Mahama see ya and I'm suma or this anema we kotai Palestine for no echino. And a beach mu say Yeshemwa said Jine see na John Dramani Mahama esien e betimi ama Israel for nya dream bi say ase entokwa na ekoso wo mo ene Palestine for ntemu no Mahama kwako gina ba kwafa say kwako gina ba kwafa dia ene what business do you have coming to a country, what business that is the citizens of Ghana have coming to a country, and we have to deal with them like how we want until ebia ema omo nso no reacted the way they did once the Ghanaians got to their airport. So this is another angle of what people think that the originality, and as I kind of said, the beginning of this whole drama, I shall say what Israel, Ghana, and so retaliated through our foreign minister. Our Gusuchemu say Muslim boot for boot. So as we can see, that is what is happening. Because you think say Israel would stand a chance to base on tons of chocolate and cocoa product to treat Ghanaians this way?
Yes, I mean, one way or the other. You see, people have the views. It was because of say Ghana for Qatar, Palestine for chi, and Ama Israel for a yes. You see, issue number obiatibi. What I say, obiatibi. In a way, se me and Amate say, ebi ame tu kwanya call my bisuna, me call my for so no, or my treat me say. Wona mabonten na kokohia sa kromu emu nipa beka say amona ye nkofo bam homo ye say no. So in that little and I said that small way no say who authority be over that person, you use your office to intimidate the person. Do you understand? Enti also actibi say now to kwa Israel and Palestine for or more aircon Ghana for I decided so more type Palestinian for each. Do you understand? So when you get to our airport, they will make sure say they go down to the least document also the record. Really they'll make sure say they will detain you. Do you understand? This is how the whole thing started. And he said, and I make kind of say Timemu new crown push here will be for so why you become me say ya. Or also be far be so down also so at it some of all these things you really they by supporting Palestine. Israel felt that we were being biased. We were siding with Palestinian. And now it sounds so twice when we sounds so twice so a common relief items. And also so do you understand? It definitely we are gonna what by you can also your buy munipa. Okay, it's different.
Okay. So that is